Welcome to Quackalope. Today we are bringing you another episode of Shelf or Sell, which is our version of our collection updates. We're going to be going through what has come in this week, what might be leaving, what might be staying, and what we're backing on all of the platforms.
And honestly, this week has been crazy enough that we're not right now getting rid of anything. We've had seven or eight people through our house since Saturday. We're recording this on Thursday, and we're at the culmination of probably 60 hours of direct filming.
This has been an insane week. We have gotten probably over 20 to 25 videos filmed, and half of them are edited, half of them are still working in progress, but this has been a fantastically productive week.
If
we
you
are
want to
back in the scheme of things.
that crescendo, we have a vlog that goes up on the same day as Shelf or Sell. Basically, Saturday night we had Devin Norris, one of our teammates, and Max from Tabletop show up.
Yep.
They stayed through Sunday. Devin was here Monday. We collaborated with Board Game Co. On Tuesday, we had Austin from Ivy Studios show up. Him, Devin, and Alex were here collaborating. We also had two of our other friends. We had
Andrew, Matt, and Max, so three other friends from our neighborhood.
Andrew, Matt, and another Max came by. We played a 7-player game of Sidereal Confluence.
Yep.
We also recorded a review for that, which should be amazing to share with you one day.
And then most of those people left. Wednesday we had Devin leaving, and this friend stayed over, and with Alex from Board Game Co, we continued to collaborate Wednesday, and now it's Thursday.
Yeah, and
they're kicking me out.
I am exhausted.
You're always welcome.
We've
here.
been pulling 2, 3 a.m. nights. One night we went to
5 a.m. Yeah.
Getting content done, getting stuff ready. It has been an event. But I think with the amount that we've run you through the ringer this week, we should start with the stuff that you brought with you.
Oh, okay. That sounds nice.
Because our collection is being permanently updated.
Oh, permanently?
I mean,
wow, that's a big claim.
Yeah, no, this has been a fantastic week. So
it's been super fun.
One of the reasons why Austin is up here from Ivy Studios is because Moonrakers is currently working on 3 new expansions for, well, Moonrakers, the base game. They're kind of like coup de grace, like they're your first game.
Yeah.
The expansions are Binding Ties, Overload, and Nomad. And in the following weeks, you're going to be seeing some gameplays that incorporate them all, but they take Moonrakers to an entirely new level. Overload just adds an insane amount of cards to the deck. Binding Ties incentivizes more teamwork to completing missions, and Nomad adds a whole other map track where the spaceships are going to different locations, and you are picking your quests that you are going on, basically, by going to different locations.
I really wish we had called it Overload. Lord now. That sounds like a really cool
the amount of
Overlord?
Instead of Overload.
It's Overload.
Yeah.
The amount of speaking mistakes that we've made.
We've been staying up way too late.
Honestly, I think this week the joke's been overdone. It really... So these expansions really have added something incredible to the game. It's taken the feedback that you've received from it being your first project ever, which had reasonable criticisms on it, and people that I like, a divided community. People come up saying this is the best game I've ever played, or I really didn't like that game.
For me. Yeah.
And I think you've adjusted not only to the people like me who are like, love the game, I want more cards, and you've said, great, we'll make sure you never run out. And you've also responded to people like Board Game Co., for instance, that said, hey, it wasn't originally for me. And you said, great, let's drive the collaboration. Let's drive the narrative. Let's add some events. Let's make things a bit crunchy.
We heard so often it's group dependent. And we tried to put in things that'll help mitigate a group not liking it.
I think Binding Ties really addresses that. It was a lot more teamwork. We were taking each other on so many more missions because we wanted the rewards that go along with that.
I won the game by asking people to like collaborate with me every scenario. I'm not saying which one. I'm saying I won a game.
I cannot believe how many times you convinced me to go on a contract and you actually had a terrible hand,
cards.
And you literally played
we did everything for you.
It was
and
great.
You got like equal rewards.
It was lovely. 3 or 4 times in a row.
It was.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
And you kept trusting me.
Messages
You're the fool.
Don't trust a duck.
Okay, set those over to the side. Let's talk about the other thing that I really need to focus on. By the way, do you know when you're launching on this?
Yeah, July 19th.
So July 19th. We'll leave a link down below where you can go get connected with Ivy Studios around Moonrakers and stuff. They're a company that we work closely with, but we also are great friends with. We adore what they do. You're some of the best in the industry. So.
Well,
Mythic Mischief. The reason why we have favorable opinions of you. This is still my favorite game you all have
that's
produced.
great to hear.
Although the more I've played all of your titles, I don't think it's going to be toppled, but I could see a scenario where my game group shifts enough that it gets shifted out of the way.
Hey,
I could see that scenario.
Do you want to tell people what Mythic Mischief's all about?
Mythic Mischief is a asymmetric abstract game.
Yeah.
The focus of the game is going to be to capture little pawns that are running around in a library. The cool thing about it is the asymmetry allows you to control for 4 elements of the game state. You can control for your pieces, you can control for your opponent's pieces, you can control for the environment itself, and you can manipulate and control for, well, the big enemy, the creature that's actually capturing the pawns.
Yeah.
Gives you a lot of tactical dexterity, a lot of variation in play. It's designed around solo, 2, 3, and 4 with different rules for each one of those player counts and really catered to the type of game group you have. It is a fantastic abstract game. You and Alex are actually pinning it directly against Santorini and Tak.
I'm terrified of that, but great.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't
Those
actually-
are all games I love. So.
I don't actually get to hold on to this copy of it.
Yeah,
but this
I mean,
is
I
taken
get to
home.
hold on to it.
But
That's
this-
what you were saying.
This is almost exactly what you'll be receiving in the mail, we hope, in just over a month.
This is one of those pre-production copies that you send to the producer sends to a publisher,
Yep.
so you can do the last quality control.
Yeah, and some of the things
on the inside here, it says
exclusive.
exclusive.
I really wish we had messed it up and it made it elusive edition.
Yeah.
Because that would have been awesome.
So things like that, just like someone deleting
Yeah.
a letter here or there. Now, I am having you send me this box top
Yes.
after
Sounds
everything's
great.
said and done.
I
So
can
you
do
can
that.
have the exclusive.
And for the next printing of this, you have to do elusive in the inside.
I'm going to pitch that internally because I think it's a much better name than exclusive.
Than exclusive?
Like the Kickstarter elusive edition sounds awesome because of the theming. Like
Yeah.
it's all about hiding from the big tonekeeper. Elusive
Yeah.
just makes sense.
Yeah, and I'll have the special exclusive. Very excited. Very excited. Is there anything that we've determined we're getting rid of this week? Like, what
No.
else have we
We
played?
talked about that all in last week's show for sale because
Yeah.
we had a whole contest to play 10 games, 5 from my side, 5 from his side, and get them all played. Only one of them is really leaving. You ended up playing the other games on
Yep.
Friday and Saturday,
we
which was
did,
the continuation of the holiday. And I believe we are giving Hoppelmachus a couple more tries. You liked Ela and something shiny.
I did. I'm not sure if it's going to be difficult enough long term. That being said, I dove into the chapter 2 a second time and lost horribly. So, what do I know?
I believe Dwarf's Fall is the only one that is sadly did not get played and therefore is on the cutting block and will be going somewhere. Was there any other updates that we had to give on those games?
I don't think so. I'll probably still do a little bit of coverage over on Quack
Yeah.
for Dwarf's Fall before it heads out because it is a copy that was sent to us by a publisher.
Yeah.
But just from reading the rule book, it kind of shifted a little bit lower on my list. It doesn't look like something. It looks like fun, and I can understand why people enjoy it. It just doesn't look quite right for me after digging in a little bit more. It's a little bit more Take That. It's a little bit more.
Right.
You're kind of building out a village, and if you want a lighter version of Take That, it looks interesting.
Shall we swing into what has arrived this week?
What has arrived is going to be, well, I mean, we're doing that kind of, but what have arrived is going to be chaotic. Let's do Kickstarter and GameFound first. Let's shift up the script. Let's go crazy, Shira.
No.
Kickstarter and GameFound first, because I have 2 giant boxes from publishers sitting next to me here. So, we like to talk about what we have and are currently backing on Kickstarter. So you scroll down to the very bottom, that'll be the new stuff here, starting with Waste Knights.
Waste Knights Beyond the Horizon. You actually did some coverage on this.
We did do some coverage on this. This is going to be a post-apocalyptic exploration game, choose-your-own-adventure game set in the landscape of Australia. They're going to be adding new creatures, new people, new events, new scenarios. I believe they just released an app that lets you go through the story mode without the book. I'm not 100% sure on that, but Alex was telling me about it. Oh, that's going to be not the thing you're looking for. There's just a lot here. So right now I'm following along with the pledge. I want to see what they end up adding like throughout the course. You can already see we're unlocking a ton of different extra modifiers. I've enjoyed this game so far. I want to dive in more. So that makes the top camera less
Yep.
visible.
Okay.
That's the point of that. So Waste Knights is currently live. What else do we have going here?
Knights, Wayfairs of South Tigris. This is
You have to run the iPad.
This is another Shem Phillips game, and I am.
You don't know anything about it.
I don't know anything about it.
You didn't even know it was live.
No, I did know it was live.
Did you?
Yes, I did know it was live. I don't know which series this one belongs to, though.
Okay.
Is this a new?
It's Wayfairs.
Okay.
So his core title is the top of whatever it is, right?
Okay. Continue talking?
Well, it's I guess the West Kingdom series. It's not the core title. I mean, you can continue talking. You can also just keep on scrolling through. I figured this would be a game that you would just refuse to not let me back.
Yeah, because I want to try them all, so therefore it has to arrive through our house somewhere. It looks really cool.
I mean, we just got done last week with a gameplay of
Raiders of the North Sea, and we're looking to get those expansions and continue playing it.
Cool. What else do we have here?
Old Gods of Appalachia.
That's going to be the RPG that we've talked about before. Anastyr is going to be from Mythic Games.
Yep.
I'm excited about that.
This has magnetic miniatures. You are side-scrolling across a board and you are fighting. And it is really cool because the players that you're playing as can actually find these mounts and then start riding these mounts. I want to showcase the mounts. Where's the mounts? Here's the miniatures. And so you can actually, there's going to be magnetic things on them. The Hayati, the horses, the wyvern. So this one was really cool. There's some coverage on our channel already about them.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, it's just a very, very fun game. The last few things we have up top here.
Dark Order, as usual, from Lucky Duck.
We've talked about a insane story game from Lucky Duck and Van Ryder game. That's one that you guys are actually
that
covered.
One as well, yeah.
Maglev Metro, all of these maps. While Maglev is still not staying
maps
in our collection, we want to play these maps, so this is a reminder to continue backing them. Okay. And then what is last? Fleet Mortals, the MCDM Monster
Another
Plug.
RPG game.
Of course.
The other thing we need to touch on is GameFound. So, not Kickstarter. GameFound.
And there's actually some cool things.
There's some major stuff going on over on GameFound right now. Sleeping Gods is at 1.3. We've talked about this quite a few times, but 12 days left on that campaign. Fantastic open world adventure game. It really, really hones what they did with the original, and everything that everyone loved from the original is re-implemented here
with improvements.
In I think what's going to be an improved play experience. So if you don't have the original or you're diving back into it, you should 100%
You need to play the original before you play this one?
No, you do not.
Okay.
The other stuff that's going on here is going to be Uprising.
Titans of the First Age.
I just played this. That's one of the reasons why Max came up.
Yeah.
And man, so this is a 4X cooperative experience, one of the only 4X cooperative experiences I've ever heard of. 8.5 on BGG with actually a significant amount of ratings.
Oh, wow.
The people who thought they would love this and got a hold of this have absolutely loved this. And I'll say this, I edited
the gameplay. The gameplay was insane to watch.
I was excited but skeptical originally.
There's a Quackalope. I want to beat this game, and I want to beat it again.
I was excited and skeptical originally, and then this new play with the final production copy, diving back into it, it's a hard game. It's random. It's got some luck in it. I've never beat this game, so that phrase is still there and still true.
4X is my favorite genre, and I've never played a 4X cooperative, so cool. I think I would love to try this one.
This one is, if you're 4X cooperative just doesn't exist in the space, but if 4X is your favorite genre, this might be something that you love. The only question is, do you mind a bit of randomness when it comes to the play experience? There is some dice rolling and there's some card drawing that can be very punishing. Last Light. You're backing
I'm backing this one as well. I've actually played this already with Roy.
Tell me about it.
I loved it. I played it at Gen Con, I think, or one of the big cons last year, and I was skeptical that I could have a 4X experience in like an hour or 2 hours. I think it was 2 hours with the teach, and it hit it checked all the boxes for me.
That's what Alex was telling me, that because I told him, I was like, one of the reasons why I don't enjoy actually 4X games is the fact that they take a long time, and the rules are usually a slog. And he says that this is not like that.
Yeah, I mean, TI4 is my favorite game, and the reason I love that is I stay engaged because I'm negotiating. But other 4X games where there's not that element, you just sit there watching people play, and at Last Light, the simultaneous action selection just fixes all of that.
The Grit Wall reprint! So much fun. We actually got a chance to play it not once, but twice this past week. We did some coverage we did the gameplay on the channel, and there's some coverage on Quack & Co. And this is a fantastic worker placement Euro game where you are being faced with an onslaught of troops who are trying to fight and break down the Great Wall, and you are playing and trying to resource manage and play as your general with the advisors and stop the onslaught and score the most points. This was wonderful. The miniatures are sun-dropped, so they are always fantastic by Awakened Realms, and I am so super excited.
I mean, if you're watching, we had a gameplay go up yesterday on the Great Wall.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is there nothing else?
Yep, that's it.
All right, and now what are we...
Let's see here.
Why do you keep toying with me? I want that big boy up.
We got It's a Wonderful Kingdom.
I don't know anything about this.
Have you played this?
I have not. Have you played this?
I've played It's a Wonderful World.
I also played It's Wonderful.
I like
love
It's
it.
a Wonderful World a
Yeah.
lot. Alex is going to teach me It's a Wonderful Kingdom. This is going to
Okay.
be 2-player, right?
It's only 2-player. Yeah, I think actually there might be a solo mode.
1 to 2.
Yeah,
1 to
there's
2,
a solo
okay.
mode. I'm intrigued. I love the medieval twist on it versus the like futuristic one.
For sure.
And that would be my preferred genre, so I'm in.
I love the medieval twist as well. I'm very excited to have this in hand. Lucky Duck does some incredible work.
Yep.
I find their accessible games are some of the best accessible games in the marketplace. So yeah, I'm excited to dive in. We got a set of dice. Very excited about this.
Oh.
How nice are those, Shira?
Metallic. What are the...
They're hematite, yeah.
Hematite
dice.
dice from Moonrakers, and
There's,
they have a
Just
satisfying
don't roll
clump.
them on marble.
Or glass.
We had a person roll them on glass.
He's like, they shattered. It's like, yeah, that's what hematite does.
yeah, it wasn't good.
But they're really nice.
They're very fun.
Really nice. I got in a copy of Solforge Fusion, a game that we did a prototype copy of, and we're actually going to be doing some more how to play videos and detailed, like, in-depth dives into this. This is a really cool card game.
I haven't played this.
It's a head-to-head battler. It's really fun. I'm excited to dive back into
I
this.
believe
I'm
I
excited
played
to
this
dive
one
back
with
into my
you.
hands. Yeah.
The maps
That's
are
fun.
cool.
Yep. Yeah, it's very, very, very neat. Swing that over to the side.
You can start setting some stuff down on the side.
So,
over there, if you
you're
like.
going to need to, actually.
Yep.
Hand me that little box. This is from, I believe, Ludus Studios?
Yeah, for Black Rose Wars.
Well, the publisher of Black Rose Wars. The Breeche is a competitive game for 1 to 4 players who take the role of digital rebels who will attempt to crack the Genesis database and steal secret information. You will upgrade your avatar, assign viruses to help you fight the guards and rival breachers in your pursuit of victory. And they sent us, I think we're getting the full thing. This is from Ludus Studios, and they sent us a tiny little mini as a first taste to what is to come. And I think it looks pretty sweet.
This reminds me of Tama from Awakened Realms. The miniature similarity.
With the cool, like, plastic resin
Yeah.
combination.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And how you were describing it also.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it sounds very similar to Tama. I'm interested.
I was gonna say that it has like the shields and stuff that I've seen on like Awakened Realms minis with like the other plastic.
Yeah,
and
which I
really
think
like
is
that.
neat. It's a
they're
neat- it's a
really
neat
cool. The
combination
base
thing.
of that is really neat too. How it's
Yeah.
the same color as the shield.
I like that.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, stylistically, looks like they're doing some cool stuff. All right,
does.
here's the... I have 2 giant cardboard boxes beside me.
You do.
We got 2 publishers basically just sent us a love letter
Oh,
full
Aw.
of games. I mean, that's what it is. Like,
Yeah.
we reached out, we asked for a title, or actually in one case they reached out to us, in the other case we followed up on a game that we did coverage for back in the day, and we were
Yep.
like, hey, really excited to get a copy of it. Are we still getting a copy of it? And they shipped us 2 giant boxes.
Yes. As a publisher, when you get those emails, you're just like, oh my gosh, I forgot.
So let's go ahead and just start going through the insanity that's going to be the stuff that's arrived this week, Shira.
Yeah.
Other than humans,
Other than humans.
what
yeah.
I'm planning on doing is probably doing a publisher showcase for each of these, which will be one single video, just breaking down quickly a lot of the stuff you can get.
That's cool.
And then over the next months, we'll start digging into a few of the titles that they've sent. There's no way we're going to be able to cover every single one. So if you see some that you're excited about, leave a comment down below. That'll really change like what we're focused on when it comes to our community and what we're showing our people. So first off, we got a giant thing from Greenbrier. This is Barbarian.
Okay.
With the expansion pack. We got Burger Up. We got The Monster Within. Very cool. Oh, one of the ones I'm excited about specifically, Champions of Hara. We got
Oh my gosh.
I haven't even looked through these boxes yet.
Yeah.
The Lost Ones.
Oh boy.
We got the Helios expansion. And we got Of Dreams and Shadows. So this is their arsenal. Now, I honestly need to dig in a little bit more, but let's each one pick a game, and just like let's let people know what the back says about one of these titles. Like, I'll do Of Dreams and Shadows.
I'll do Lost Ones.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's also Dreams and Shadows, so I'll leave that one to you. I'll do Champions of Hara.
I'm doing Barbarian.
Do it.
Champions of Hara is an adventure board game in which 1 to 4 players race to protect a dying world. Players will contain destructive energy by defeating monsters, closing rifts, and exploring the different worlds within Hara. In order to raise the challenge, players will need to unlock new abilities and collect powerful items. Each session takes approximately 30 minutes per player. In Versus, there's Versus mode. Players will compete against one another in arena-style combat. The winner is offered a powerful blessing by Hara's stewards, a single wish to shape the future. However, wishes are no simple matter. In co-op mode, players will work together to overcome the fallout from the champion's wish, facing off against corrupted foes and resolving scenario-based challenges.
Sweet. Over here with Of Dreams and Shadows.
Barbarian.
An immersive story, a shared experience. Explore a magical world that will lead players on a journey from the underworld ruins of a long-dead people to the heart of an untamed forest where otherworldly creatures dwell. Of Dreams and Shadows is a cooperative board game for up to 6 players who take the role of champions embarking on a quest to save their realm.
Alright, this is Barbarian. Get it? Because it's bears. It's a competitive hidden worker placement game using dice to allot actions for 2 to 6 players. Will you adventure into the woods today? The land of Barbaria is a wondrous place filled with adventure and joy. Bears are proud warriors, you know. While they will happily gather honey or laze the day away, they will also seek out noble deeds so their heroic actions will be sung for the glory of their village for years to come. In this 2 to 6 player game, every bear must maximize their abilities in a season in order to get ready for Winter High Bear Nation. Roll your dice to see how many of your bears are available. Then set them to work on your village board where they will adventure and brawl, gather resources, and build a better village, all for the glory. The puns are great.
Jan really liked Barbaria.
All right.
I haven't played it yet, but
It's an expansion with candy.
I'm excited. With candy?
The candy horde. I don't think it comes
candy?
with... I don't
No.
think you eat it. I think they're attacking. They're being attacked by candy.
All right. The other box that we have is a Arsenal from AEG.
And there's one in there that I'm really looking forward to. Is that the one you brought out
They
yet?
sent us
No.
Tiny Trees.
Tiny trees for tiny towns.
Oh.
They sent us...
Dog lover! I'm so
Dog
excited.
lover.
We have Cat Lady, and so I'm really excited to pair those against each other.
Set of promo cards for Tiny Towns. They sent us Villagers for Tiny Towns. They sent us
Thank you.
Fortune for Tiny Towns.
Oh boy.
They sent us Tiny Towns for Tiny
Tiny
Towns. If you're getting a theme of a game that I, Jesse, might be a little bit
Partial to?
partial to,
Tiny towns?
Do you like Tiny Towns? I love Tiny
do
Towns.
like Tiny Towns.
I love Tiny Towns.
They sent us Meeples and Mustards. We actually covered this one back in the day. Really, really interesting worker placement. You're like leveling up your horde of what your Meeples do whenever you place them. Very fun, very interesting game. And, oh man,
This is one of the ones
big one?
Yep, that's a big one that
I just got this one too.
I'm excited
this is the big
about.
one.
It
They
is.
sent us more Tiny Towns cards.
No, the big one.
Hey, that's a big one!
Towns.
All right. They sent us a pack of metal coins.
For...
Oh. Dun, dun,
sent
dun.
us-
Oh my gosh.
I'm
That's
trying to
what
get
it's
in to the bottom of this.
I regret not getting both of these expansions.
Oh,
I only got
okay.
one.
Dead Reckoning! Yeah, with the expansions.
So this is the title that we did Kickstarter, or I did Kickstarter coverage with them back in the day with Board Game Co. when we were at like 10,000 subscribers.
Nice.
And somehow I got mixed off their list. Like, just they forgot to have me added on due to like shifting staff and stuff. So this is the one that arrived, and I followed up with them being like, hey, everyone's getting Dead Reckoning.
And I want it.
I just want to make sure to clarify that I really liked that game.
Yeah.
I would like a copy.
I think your and Alex's coverage is why I backed it.
It was, we had,
I love this.
Yeah.
I love 4X and I love card crafting.
this
so.
is, and we've already actually played it multiple times with
Yeah.
Alex.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's been a blast to play. The card crafting is really fantastic.
Yeah.
The exploration is great.
So that is a pile of new games. Let us know down below what you're interested in seeing covered, and we will do our best to get them to the table as quickly as possible. Thanks so much for watching.
Whatever the case,
Whatever you do,
remember to do the important thing.
get out and play some games.
We'll see you next time. Thanks.
That was a good video.
You didn't. Wait. We didn't show.
There's a good video.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Pause.
What?
Video is still
No,
continuing.
they're off.
No, they're not.
They already left.
I edit these videos. Okay.
Well, they're-
one of the
They probably
best.
Probably
Fantastic!
left. They probably left
You
already.
Yeah, I think they
distracted
left,
me from it.
They're not still
'Kay,
watching.
one of the things that I am so super excited about, we finally got the Phoenix for Kingdom Death, all made in bronze. Look at the majestic beastliness of this thing.
So-
I have to convince Jesse to play Kingdom Death now.
Yeah,
that'll be hard.
So
yeah.
this is, for the record, I believe, one and only product.
Yeah.
It's there is a dude on eBay that does a series of bronzed stuff. He does it in Warhammer. He does it with a lot of different things. And I had purchased some of his regular Kingdom Death miniatures back in the day, and I sent him a ping on eBay like 3 years ago,
Yeah.
being like, "Hey, Phoenix, is the Phoenix an option? Like ever? Like your bronze work is really nice. Is the Phoenix an option? Because I wanted a hardwood copy and bronzed copy of Kingdom Death."
Nice.
And it was like 2.5 years ago that I like sent this guy money, purchased the like option with just the promise of him trying.
Yeah. Well, he did great.
And I wasn't expecting anything to actually show up. And then
He messaged us like a few weeks ago saying,
and said, "Hey, something's on the way." And it was this insanity. It finishes off. I have a full bronzed collection of Kingdom Death now, and I am
until the Gambler's Chest
I'm
arrives.
honestly really thankful to the fact that like I just sent money when I was obsessed with Kingdom Death
Yeah.
with the hope of getting something, and you know this is better than I could have imagined.
It's awesome.
Now can we play Kingdom
insane.
Death? Now can we play Kingdom
Yeah,
Death?
we're gonna get a Kingdom
Now
Death
can we play Kingdom Death?
day scheduled next week.
Thank you.
Bye.